Following troubling reports of a social media hack involving a prominent children's figure, we now turn to the corporate world, where Elon Musk's recent political plans have sparked concerns about Tesla's future. Tesla is once again in the spotlight, but not for its vehicles. The company's stock plunged nearly 7%, wiping out $68 billion in value after CEO Elon Musk announced plans to launch a new political party, which he's called the American Party. This has raised serious concerns among investors about Musk's focus and Tesla's future. Today, we're diving into the business implications of Musk's growing list of priorities, his promises to the board, and what it could all mean for Tesla's leadership and long-term stability. Joining us now to unpack this is Brendan Caldwell, Director of Caldwell Securities Limited. Brendan, thank you for the time today.
Thank you. I'm not sure how I follow your Elmo segment, but always good to hear your voice there, Theresa.
Well, let's start with Tesla stocks dropping nearly 7%, translating to a $68 billion loss in value the day that Elon Musk announced his plans to launch the American Party. Is this a temporary reaction to the news, or should shareholders be concerned about the future of Tesla given Musk's other priorities?
Yeah. Well, first off, let me say Elon Musk has made it easier for people to pay on the internet. They invented PayPal, created PayPal. He popularized the electric car and really changed the way that people think about the future of driving. He sent rockets into space and helped at least one US president get elected. So my criticisms are chirping from the side. He's done a lot, whatever one thinks of him. All that is the preamble to a great big but. It's hard to get everything done in a day, no matter who you are, no matter how smart you are, what you've accomplished. And I do think that businesses where the CEO has other priorities have suffered over the years. We've seen it here in Canada. I still carry my BlackBerry with me. BlackBerry could still be dominating smartphones. They had the lead. They had the dominance. They were synonymous with smartphones. But their founder thought he could take on both Steve Jobs at Apple and Gary Bettman at the NHL at the same time. And he didn't get his NHL franchise, and Apple is now synonymous with the leading edge in smartphones. So just because you have the first mover advantage doesn't mean there aren't other smart people that are hyper focused on dislodging you. I mean, so I do think that having more than one focus, or at least having more than one focus that so dominates not only your time but the headlines, is very challenging for any CEO, no matter how smart you are.
Well, Musk has done a lot, as you've just mentioned, but he also promised Tesla's board of directors back in April that he'd refocus on Tesla. So how are broken promises like that viewed in the business world?
Well, they're usually reframed. No, what I meant was, so what I think he said, well, I know, so I didn't answer your first question, which was, is the reaction temporary? Well, it has been temporary since the America, it's not America First Party, New America Party, whatever the new party is that Musk is proposing to create was announced. The stock has bounced back and gained back the losses that it had on the day. And every time there seems to be rapprochement, that is to say, a bit of a reconciliation with the current president, the stock tends to do better. So all these corrections and ups and downs are temporary. Ultimately, it's going to be about how well Tesla performs, how many cars they sell, and what they earn. I think in answer to your direct question about broken promises, I think what he said was, I'm going to step back from Dodge, or however you pronounce it, the Department of getting waste eliminated from the American government, which I guess he has done, in as much as he's launched a very, very worldwide, very public online social media fight with the President of the United States. And what we've seen for the last, several hundred years, when money and power take each other on in a direct competition, power usually wins. In American context, you've seen the breakup of Standard Oil when Rockefeller took on Teddy Roosevelt. Roosevelt broke up Standard Oil, broke up all the monopolies, and the modern antitrust laws stem from that period. Now, Rockefeller ended up being even wealthier as a result. Flash forward to the 80s when AT&T, who had been under the government protection for decades, if not generations, finally came into the crosshairs of the American government. They broke up AT&T. When money and power compete, political power usually wins. I think there should be a cautionary tale for Musk. I mean, this current president will only be in for a while, but I don't know that the next president is going to be predisposed to the guy that helped get Trump elected.
Now, the board of directors has a legal responsibility to represent its shareholders. Given the public outcry, do you see a change in leadership being made?
Probably not. At least not until Mr. Musk is ready.
Mhm.
He owns, I think, at this point, an eighth of Tesla's stock, which is a big chunk,
Mhm.
not a controlling chunk, but a big chunk. I believe that he was supposed to get more stock as part of a incentive package, and that's still working its way through the legal machinations. He would yet have an even bigger chunk if that were the case. So he wouldn't be an easy one to necessarily dislodge from a shareholder vote point of view. And given that much of the board has a personal loyalty to him, I don't think the board will replace him, barring some other issue. To go back to your earlier segment, I think he was too young to be in the Epstein files, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. But yeah, having a CEO that's focused on your company is really the ideal thing for both the directors and for shareholders.
And by keeping Musk on as the CEO, how much does that affect Tesla's future? Is Tesla's success dependent on Musk's leadership, or could it flourish with a new CEO?
Well, a very good client of mine said there is a reason that that Musk keeps only one of his companies public. So, as a way to invest or to back all of what Mr. Musk is doing, people can vote with buying Tesla stock, not SpaceX or any of the other ventures that he has on. So, as a proxy on Musk, that's what Tesla stock is. So, I do think that aligning himself so directly with the president may have, in his mind, been a good thing for the country,
Mhm.
but I don't think it's a particularly good thing for Tesla shareholders, because the very people buying Tesla cars are not rarely the people that are buying, they're voting for Donald Trump. So Tesla buyers and Trump voters don't tend to have a huge amount of overlap. So he did do a lot to alienate his base. So stepping back from the Trump presidency was probably a good thing. Focusing on the business would probably be a good thing. And building his personal brand with as broad a constituency as possible, probably a good thing, because the Chinese are coming in some form or other. Other competitors in the electric vehicle business are coming. So to the extent that Tesla is an electric car company, I think it's going to have to keep competition both now and in the future in mind. Think about BlackBerry.
And if you were on Tesla's board of directors, how would you vote?
Oh, wow.
Not to put
Well, I
you
don't
on the
think I'd be
spot.
on Tesla's board of directors very long. If you if you try and to knock off a king, you better succeed the first time. Traitors and conspirators rarely get a second chance. I think if I were on Tesla's board, I would say much as what I've said to you.
Mhm.
I think the Tesla shareholder is owed the complete focus um, of the CEO, and anything less than that, the CEO should step back. I mean, Bill Gates elegantly stepped back from Microsoft, handed it over um, and to his number two, who's handed it over again. And Microsoft has been the 900,000 pound gorilla in the AI space and virtually every other segment of the computer industry, just because it's continued to have a CEO that's been focused. There is a time for every entrepreneur when it's time to step back and move on. I don't think Mr. Musk thinks that this is his time, but I think when he does go, it's going to have to be his decision it didn't serve Apple well when they pushed out Steve Jobs.
Mhm.
And when he came back, Apple came back with a vengeance. So I think it's going to have to be a collaboration. I don't think a palace coup is going to do it.
Well, Brendan, thank you so much for the time today.
Thank you, Theresa.